Anin Buju, good morning, Senator Smith and members of the committee. Miigwech for this opportunity to testify how federal infrastructure investment can best help restore our native homelands. As we talk about more federal investment in tribal infrastructure, it is important that we consider the historical context. Until the 1990s, there was hardly any federal support for infrastructure in Indian country. The old joke was, you could tell where the reservation begins by where the pavement ends. We have a lot of catching up to do and are grateful to you, your colleagues, and the Biden administration for making sure tribes were included in this historic legislation. In my written testimony, I described several projects we hope will soon be turned into reality for our band communities. For examples, special federal funding is needed for our water and sewer extension project in the town of Isle. This will correct a disappointing decision by the town and federal agencies to completely bypass our tribal neighborhood when the town expanded its water and sewer system. Senator Smith, we are grateful for your support of our request and your current efforts to persuade your colleagues in the Senate and House to appropriate the funds that will correct this modern day miscarriage of environmental justice. Thanks to your efforts, we are partnering with Pine County to expand broadband service into underserved households and communities. Within the next 2 years, many of our band members in Pine County will gain access to affordable, reliable, and high-speed fiber broadband service. This will allow for innovative telehealth services, remote work, educational opportunities, and economic connections. We are also grateful for your support of federal funding to renovate and construct a business incubator building in Hinckley, so we can support new and diverse businesses within our tribal economy. We are excited to see the return on these investments. These are some very exciting developments, but I will close with a request for caution. The Mille Band is very concerned about the impact of climate change on our environment and has already experienced its effects. Our pine and our maple trees are moving further north, changing the habitat for our plants, animals, foods, and medicines. Even our ceremonies have been impacted because some plants we require are now much harder to find. Lawmakers are pursuing policies that support what they call a green economy in an effort to slow climate change. But too often throughout history, the solutions to problems in this country have been at the cost of Indian tribes and people. We saw it with the railroads that crisscrossed our hunting and fishing grounds, disrupting our way of life. We saw it with toxic air and water pollution from transportation, farming, manufacturing, and electrical power production. And in our Great Lakes region, we've seen it from mining. Senator Smith, our people, our water, fish, and wild rice must not be treated as collateral damage to be sacrificed in the name of pursuing what some call green economic development. I speak of a proposed nickel cobalt mine located in Tamarack, Minnesota. The mine is being promoted as a way to fuel electric vehicles, which are seen as the silver bullet that might slow down climate change. The batteries for these cars currently require nickel, but there are only a handful of known places in the United States where high quality nickel has been found. This site is only 1.3 miles from the Mille Band lands and the homes of our tribal members in District 2. The process of removing nickel from the earth is one of the most toxic and dangerous forms of mining in existence. There is a very strong pressure from federal, state, and industry to get that nickel out of the earth. The Mille Band wants to be a part of the solution to climate change, but we cannot jeopardize the safety and welfare of our people, our drinking water, our lands, and our resources to solve a problem we did not cause. We ask that the Senate Committee on Indian Affairs to assist the Mille Lacs in ensuring that infrastructure development for the country does not mean environmental injustice for us. In conclusion, I want to say miigwech to you, the Congress, and the Biden administration for enacting an Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, and especially for the emergency scale infusion of federal funding and authority into tribal communities. There is a stunning amount of backlogged need on our reservation and throughout Indian country. The new infrastructure law is a promising good start and a better path to better opportunities for tribal communities so we can catch up to the rest of America. Miigwech, Senator Smith, for holding this hearing in Indian country and for your support of our initiatives. We look forward to our continued partnership with the committee on these issues.
Miigwech, Chair. Chief Executive Benjamin, thank you. Chair Chavers, welcome.